The Canary and the Hammer is a project that looks at our relationship to gold. I mean, we really revere gold. Everybody has a story about gold. But I wanted to explore it myself very much in relation to the 2008 financial crisis and how it's an inherent part of capitalism. Photography obviously was developed as part of the Industrial Revolution. So there were all sorts of things that coalesced that made it a really fascinating story for me. It became a very personal journey through our relationship to gold. Photography always represents something that's real. And I wanted to think about photography as a system that makes visible things that are invisible. Looking for gold and the search for gold. There's a long history of colonisation, and mining is really indicative of big companies, corporate finance going into countries and stealing the resources. This image was taken at a gold fair just outside Las Vegas. People come and they sell gold and they sell all the wares to help you mining. These fake gold, these are made out of cardboard and covered in plastic. This is just like a fake narrative around the history of gold production. It's such a fetish, the American gold industry. During a financial crisis, gold is considered to be a safe haven. Money goes straight into gold and also into the art world. Currency is a bit of paper ultimately, whereas gold is a lump. It's a solid thing. Historically, gold has had this extraordinary value, and it's always been about an act of faith. It's because somebody has said it is precious. There are 4 moving image pieces that are being projected onto the brick wall in the Soho Photography Quarter. These are focused on a group of fantastic women called the Palicaras. And they are a group of women that scrabble around from the remnants of the mining high up in the Atacama Desert in Peru. They work for this organisation called Satrami, which is the first fair trade gold mine. It's a mine that is owned by all of the people in this place called Santa Filomena. This is a disused artisan tunnel. They're scattered throughout the whole of the Atacama Desert. I'd heard about this idea of women being considered bad luck. The gold will retreat into the belly of the earth if women go into the gold mines. The cave, obviously, there's always something that alludes to this idea of femininity. Ursula Le Guin and people like Donna Haraway who talk about the woman and the body, and there's something about this image that seems to represent those ideas for me. I was in a very privileged situation photographing the women in Peru. Mostly women are invisible in these environments and more generally globally in the workforce. I think it's really difficult now for documentary photographers or artists to make work in other countries, in other communities. There is a long history of photography being used as a tool of exploitation. The representation of communities should be done by those that are in their communities. I'm not a traditional documentary photographer, so I don't go in and purport to tell you stories about those communities. The work that I do is part of a system of how I'm thinking about globalization in relation to the workforce and land. There's a few different iterations of the project. There's a web doc called The Gold Depository. There's the publication, The Canary and The Hammer, which is published by Mac. And of course, it's also represented in exhibition form. The opportunity to show at the Soho Photography Quarter was really exciting for me. And the project itself was about this idea of invisibility, and making it so visible was incredible. And then seeing how people interacted with the work. It's about tapping into people's intrigue, and you're not quite sure why you're looking at a huge rock on the side of a building or a little spaceship. It's not naming anything explicitly. It's helping people understand how images are used